What is up, everybody? It's Animac here for AnimeUproar, and more major twists have just been dropped on us in the 7 Deadly Sins story, and they have massive implications on the story as a whole. So that is exactly what I will be talking about in this video. We just got some very valuable information about the relationship between Meliodas and his brother Zeldris, and we have some major new developments in the epic battle between Meliodas and the Demon King, so I can't wait to carefully examine all of it here with you. Before we jump into it, a huge thank you to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. I've been playing Raid for several months and the game is growing extremely fast. Raid Shadow Legends is a brand new collection RPG, and almost 10 million players worldwide have already downloaded the game within just 3 months. The game has great graphics, strategic gameplay, huge boss fights, an amazing storyline, and over 400 champions for you to collect and personally customize. My favorite champion is Elhain. She has a beautiful design and excellent moves. A huge new update is now live, and there is a new awesome reward program for new players. You can now get a daily login reward every day for the first 90 days in the game. Everyone can find something for themselves in this game, and the option to fight other players online is especially fun. So what are you waiting for? Go to the video description, click on the special links, and you will get 50,000 in silver and a free epic champion as part of the new player program to start your journey. Try it out for yourself. The game is totally free on Android and iOS. Just click the link in the description. For a free mobile game, Raid is exceptional, and you don't have to just take my word for it. With more than 200,000 reviews, Raid has an almost perfect score in the Play Store. And as usual, this video will contain manga spoilers. We're gonna be talking about the latest developments in the 7 Deadly Sins story, so please proceed with caution. You have been warned. Chapter 319 starts off with a brief one-page flashback to an exchange between Zeldris and Meliodas from a long time ago. This exchange is taking place before Meliodas fell in love with Elizabeth and decided to betray the Demon Clan. And that is really interesting because we know so little about Meliodas' life before he met Elizabeth. We see Zeldris approach Meliodas and ask, "Brother, do you have a sec?" Zeldris has this friendly, innocent look in his eyes, and Meliodas turns around and looks at him with this cold, ruthless stare. A stare that reminds me of the Demon King's eyes when he was in Meliodas' body. And Zeldris just says, "Never mind, it's nothing." The cold and ruthless look in Meliodas' eyes intimidates Zeldris into silence. Zeldris probably wanted to tell his brother about something important in his life, such as his relationship with Gelda, but when he saw how Meliodas looked at him, he instantly realized that Meliodas would not care about what Zeldris had to say. At this point in time, Meliodas was fiercely loyal to their father, the Demon King, and since we know that their father thinks all forms of love are just a sign of weakness and foolishness, it is no wonder that Zeldris decided to just keep quiet. Back in the present moment, Meliodas is recalling this brief exchange from the past, and he confirms that these types of conversations between him and his brother occurred countless times. Meliodas always took this cold attitude towards Zeldris because back then he was obeying all of the Demon King's orders and he didn't have time or interest in listening to what his brother had to say. Meliodas now desperately wants Zeldris to fight back against the Demon King's control, and he wants to get the chance to finally talk to Zeldris' brothers and have a real heart-to-heart with him. However, while Meliodas is having these feelings, the Demon King mocks him for not using his full power to fight because Meliodas is afraid that he will hurt his brother. And the Demon King confirms that his powers are recovering and increasing rapidly thanks to the magic lake. The Demon King says that soon he will be back to his maximum Demon King power level even in this new vessel. And then suddenly he transforms and attains a new form. His appearance changes, he becomes taller and more muscular, and he is now wearing armor with all 10 commandments infused into the chest plate of the armor. The time of Meliodas dominating this fight seems to be over because as opposed to the situation in the last few chapters, it is clear that the Demon King has now gotten significantly stronger. Meliodas lands a punch right on the Demon King's face, but now it has no effect, and the Demon King takes control of the fight, knocking Meliodas around with a barrage of powerful blows. Meliodas refuses to give up on Zeldris and he calls out for his brother to fight back. But the Demon King tells him that Zeldris is lost in sweet illusions of Gelda that the Demon King has created for him. And the Demon King also says that soon Zeldris will vanish completely. Meliodas regains the upper hand in the fight by powering up further. so that his demon mark becomes visible on his forehead and so that his eyes turn dark like they do when he is in assault mode. But even though this allows Meliodas to regain the upper hand for now, we have to remember that the Demon King is constantly getting stronger thanks to the Magic Lake, so if this continues, then pretty soon even this power-up will not be enough to stop him. Back inside of Zeldris' consciousness, Zeldris tells the fake Gelda that he had a dream about trying to talk to his older brother that he looked up to so much, but he was scared to talk to him in the end because his brother was so intimidating. Zeldris' dream is of the same exchange that Meliodas was thinking back to at the beginning of the chapter, implying that maybe Meliodas was able to somehow get through to Zeldris, and that is why he was remembering the exact same moment in their past. Zeldris tells Gelda that he wasn't actually scared of talking to Meliodas, but he was scared of the Demon King, their father, because he would never understand where he was coming from. Zeldris didn't want to only talk about killing enemies. He wanted to talk about other things as well. Casual things like what Meliodas likes to drink, what the world outside the demon realm is like, and what kind of girl Gelda is. And in that moment, the fake Gelda reveals herself. The fake Gelda says that that's ridiculous and who cares about any of that anymore, something that I'm willing to bet that the real Gelda would never say. And Zeldris has a moment of surprise when he hears Gelda speaking in this way. The fake Gelda proceeds to tell Zeldris to sleep on her lap because he must be tired, and she coddles him in her ample bosom. Zeldris appears to be falling asleep, and in the meantime on the outside, the Demon King's power continues to rise as Meliodas notices that Zeldris' presence is fading away. At this rate, Zeldris' presence may disappear completely, giving the Demon King full and permanent control of Zeldris' body, and the chapter ends on this dark note. However, I believe that Zeldris picked up on the fact that the fake Gelda just said something that the real Gelda would never have said. Because the fake Gelda is just an illusion created by the Demon King, she has the same beliefs as the Demon King, and she said that Zeldris' thoughts about being close to his brother and actually talking to him heart to heart about things that are not related to killing enemies is ridiculous and pointless. But I'm willing to bet that the real Gelda would never say this. She would never dismiss Zeldris' feelings in this way. And I think that this will spark Zeldris to realize that something is wrong, that something is off, and he will wake up from the illusion and start fighting back to regain control over his body. I'm not sure whether this will happen right in the next chapter or whether we're going to have to be teased for a few more chapters first, but I definitely can't see Zeldris just dying here and now. Zeldris will definitely come to his senses and wake up, but then he will be faced with the prospect of trying to fight and overcome his father's control as his father continues to get stronger and stronger. I have to say that even though the Demon King has now reached Show Tucker levels when it comes to being a terrible father, I find him to be a fascinating villain. Someone who is willing to manipulate his own sons to such an extent is truly a psychopath, but that also makes him an interesting and terrifying villain. Anyone who thought that the Demon King was really about to be defeated by Meliodas and Elizabeth so easily was sadly mistaken, because as we have seen in chapter 319, the Demon King was just stalling for time as he continues to get stronger while Meliodas' presence in the mortal realm continues to create more problems. This fight keeps getting more and more complex, and it's anyone's guess how the fight will escalate in the future. I predict that the real Gelda will play some role in getting Zeldris to snap out of the illusion, and I also predict that King Arthur Pendragon will return in some capacity and that he will also play an important role in ultimately defeating the forces of evil. We also know that Big Daddy Sunshine, also known as Escanor, is about to make his epic return in the fight against the massive Endura that the Demon King summoned into the mortal realm. So things are definitely going to heat up even more in the near future, and I can't wait to see how it all plays out. Let me know what you guys think. What will happen next in the epic battle between the Demon King and the Sins and Elizabeth, and how will the fight ultimately end? Also, are we ever going to see the Supreme Deity make any sort of impact on the plot of the story? Let me know down in the comments, I always love hearing from you. If you enjoyed the 7 Deadly Sins content on this channel, you can leave a like to let me know. And if you're new to AnimeUproar, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Don't forget to check out our awesome sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends, link in the description. A huge thank you to all of our AnimeUproar patrons for supporting our work. I want to give a special thank you to our Pro Hero tier patrons, including the one and only Gilgamesh, Nothing But a Fan, Jason Wilson, and King Zeldris. Another huge thank you to our The One tier patrons, the ones who stand above all other clans, including Baby Ray, Ace, Ingrata, Alolanata, Maddie Mac, and Mako Takun. And at the very pinnacle of interdimensional greatness, the tier reserved only for legends. A massive thank you to Reagan Harrison, a disciple of Lord Twigo himself. If you guys feel that our content provides value for you and you want to support more, be sure to check out our Patreon link in the description. Even donating a single dollar will give you access to our AnimeUproar patron exclusive Discord, and your name will appear in our videos along with these amazing people. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, I really appreciate it. And until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.